Hey Taurus, welcome to your weekly forecast for November 7th through the 13th. This is for Taurus sun, moon, and rising. We've got a full moon eclipse in your sign happening November 8th. So we're going to connect and see what messages are coming up for the Taurus collective. Now, because of the fact that we've got this eclipsed full moon, this energy can be lasting 6 months, maybe longer for some of us. So we're going to see what's coming up here. And if you stumble upon this video a year from now, whenever, you're going to find it whenever you're meant to find it. Keep in mind it's a general reading for the collective. Not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. And without further ado, let's see what's coming up here for the Taurus collective. First card coming up is the Hanged One, okay? This is a major arcana card that sometimes people don't like to see it coming up because they're like, oh, nothing's happening or things are kind of standing still. But there's a couple of things you have to keep in mind. Number one, it's a major arcana. Major arcana cards are going to come up anytime that we're at this transition into a new chapter, a significant, defining time in our life that's directly connected to things we came here to learn, to accomplish, to master. So even though it might seem or it might feel that things are kind of at a standstill for some of you, you're basically on a cosmic timeout. You're not being punished, but there's something your angels and guides need you to see right now. There's something about the situation that you've been missing, and so there's a chance here to catch what you've been missing and use that to your advantage. For a lot of you, this is going to be in connection to things you've been manifesting. I feel, Taurus, that some of you are going to be like, you know what? I've been going after the wrong thing. That's not really what I want. This is what I want. So I feel for some of you, you're making some changes here in your future plans or in the things that you want. You're like, I don't really want that. This is what I really want. I've just been trying to manifest that because I was taught to manifest that or because I wanted to impress somebody. But at the end of the day, I don't even really care about that. This is really what's going to make me happy. So some of you are having some kind of a shift in this way. It's like you are releasing yourself from some expectation or some goal that you've put on yourself that you're realizing, I don't even want that. I haven't been doing that for me. I kind of got programmed into doing that. And so there's some kind of a release here, I feel, with this energy coming in for Taurus. Seeing things from a different perspective, seeing things from a different angle. I feel for some of you, even though this is the Hanged Man, and we don't always get this feeling from this card, but in connection with the awakening and the realization, I feel for some of you, you're having a realization here around that's what I was supposed to learn from the situation. You're figuring out what you're supposed to learn and you're accepting it and you're embracing it, and then things are getting unstuck for you. Then things are starting to move along. Things are starting to go full speed, I guess is what I can say. So the way that I'm feeling this card is that maybe things have been slow for a while, okay? And now there's this realization, this epiphany that's happening. And then as soon as it does, when you figure it out, oh, that's really what I want, or oh, that's what I was supposed to learn. You're having this epiphany, and then boom, pow, things are speeding up. Things are happening very quickly. That's the vibe I'm getting from this card. The next card coming up here for the Taurus collective, now we have major arcana cards coming in back to back. That's been happening for a lot of the signs so far in these weekly readings, and it's no surprise because we have such a significant astro weather right now, I guess what we can call it, and so we're coming into a time of big changes and big shifts. So we're seeing that in the major arcana cards coming up back to back. The World card is you've learned your karmic cycles. You've learned your karmic lessons. Thank God, praise the Lord, hallelujah. You don't have to repeat them ever again. You're done. You've passed the test. You're graduating onto something bigger, something better, right? Those butterflies are really jumping out at me, and so that gives me a feeling in a sense of transformation. Um, the turtles are wisdom. The turtles for me are longevity, protection. And I know some cultures see turtles as luck, you know? And so I feel like things are really starting to turn around. Things are really starting to shift in the positive direction. Now you're ready to be seen, be celebrated. Now you're ready to receive. And so there's a sense here of being in your full power. Now, um, the world card for me comes up in readings sometimes when there's a little bit of a block in manifesting. And we talked about changes in manifesting here with the hanged man. So this is going to be related to that message. Sometimes the world card comes up for me in my readings because the person I'm reading for, like, you're doing a lot of visualization in your mind of things you're trying to manifest. But when you're visualizing your future and you're visualizing yourself having all these wonderful things, you're also visualizing a different version of yourself, like a version of yourself that you think is the perfect version of you, right? Something that you put in your head that, oh, I don't like this about me, I don't like that about me, but if I was like this or like that. So you incorporate this in your visualization. The problem with that is oftentimes when we see that, we think to ourselves, oh, it's going to take me a long time to become that version of me. So we start to think, oh, this is like far off in the future. Subconsciously, we start to think this is far off in the future. And so we put it out there to the universe that one day, a long, long, long time from now, this is going to be my life. And the universe says, okay, we'll keep that in mind for a long, 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 long time from now. Or you put it out there and you're seeing it, and it's like you're giving the message that these are all the things I want, but I don't deserve it until I'm this version of myself. Until I'm alternate universe Taurus, I don't deserve this stuff. And the universe says, okay, if that's how you feel. So if you're doing any kind of visualization, see it happening to you in the present moment. Like, feel it as if it's happening now to the person you are right now. Because the person you are right now, this second, is just as worthy and just as deserving as this alternate version of you. There's no harm in wanting to change things or, make changes to ourselves if we feel like they're really improvements. There's nothing wrong with that. But keep that manifestation separate from these other things you're trying to call in. Because we don't want it. We don't want to push things away. I feel here with the world card, Taurus, there's also something in terms of something that is near and dear to your heart that you're accomplishing. So maybe some of you are like, oh, I've been wanting to write my life story, or I've been really wanting to, do something like reach a certain level or accomplish a certain thing that's meaningful for me, that I feel like is very purposeful. You may think it's going to take forever to do, but I feel for some of you, this world card is saying that within the next 6 months, you can actually finish writing that book. You can actually finish that painting. You can actually finish putting together that invention or that idea or whatever you've been working on. I feel there's a sense of accomplishing something very big that you're going to be able to put out there, and that it's going to receive recognition. Like, people are going to know about it. People are going to see it. Oh, you're the one who did that? How cool. I've heard of that. Oh my gosh, it's so cool to meet you. Like this kind, like, it's something that is getting exposure. It's going to take flight. And you're thinking that, oh, it's going to take forever. It's going to take years. But I feel for some of you, you're going to have a major accomplishment in the next 6 months to a year, where you complete it, you put it out there, and it's a success. The next card that's coming up here for the Taurus collective is the Seven of Swords. That being said, step quietly, step lightly. Not everybody needs to know about what you're doing. Not everybody needs to know about what you're realizing. Not everybody needs to know what you're working on. Because unfortunately, people try to steal ideas, or people try to discourage us. So I feel like the Seven of Swords is saying, be cautious. Also, as you're going through these shifts, as you're going through these changes, as you're filled with inspiration, and you're going after your dreams and your intentions. Make no mistake about it, my dears. People see that. People notice. They notice there's something different about you. They notice there's a glow about you. They notice that you're being productive. They notice that you're being busy. And some people will try to latch on and take advantage of that. They'll try to hitch themselves to your wagon, or they might feel, oh, I feel like Taurus is about to come into some success. And now all of a sudden they're paying attention to you. They've had years to pay attention to you. They've had years to try to get together with you, or be your friend, or spend time with you, or ask you out. And now all of a sudden they're sliding in your DMs after forever. All of a sudden they're taking interest in you because they notice those changes, they notice those shifts, and they're going to try to sneak in just before that blessing comes in so that they can say, oh, look, Taurus, I'm not like all these other fake people. I was your friend before all this stuff happened, so you can trust me. Meanwhile, they're just like those fake people. They just saw it ahead of time, and they just got in quickly, right? They saw it coming ahead of time, and they snuck in there. They slid in there. So just be cautious of anybody who has really had nothing but time to get to know you, but now all of a sudden they're taking an interest. They see, they can tell. They can tell you're going through this transformation. They can tell you're going through this growth. They can tell that you're going through this come up. And they're trying to benefit from it. So be aware of that. Be aware of that. I feel some of you are in a situation at work that is very frustrating, that is going to be resolved soon. I feel like it's going to be exposed soon, and you're not going to have to worry about it. I feel some of you might be dealing with a manager or a supervisor who got hired because they have been lying on their resume. Maybe they've been lying for years, and they've just been really talented, or they've been very gifted at just skating through situations and getting other people to do the work that they know nothing about. So they may have just been really good at, kind of manipulating a situation or orchestrating things. But at the end of the day, they don't know their stuff. They don't know their stuff. They don't know their job. And you might feel like, I'm carrying this person. Like, it's not fair. Like, and you might see through them, Taurus. You might see through them, and you might know this person doesn't know anything. How did they get hired? How are they in this position? I feel for a lot of you, this is going to be revealed, and this person will be removed, and you won't have to deal with that situation anymore. Some of you may be able to put in for that position, or like prove yourself and say, look, we've had somebody here that's been ineffective. We've had somebody here that didn't know their stuff. And the only reason why they survived so long is because, here's what I've been doing that's been keeping things running. And you might be able to go in and present the facts and say, I deserve that position. I deserve that promotion. Some of you may find yourself in this kind of a situation in the next couple of weeks even. But I do feel that those of you who are dealing with someone that's just getting by on piggybacking on other people, it's going to be exposed. The next card coming up here is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is Pisces and Taurus energies. Obviously, as a Taurus, this is going to affect you. Or if you're watching this for your Taurus placement, you're going to have big changes or big shifts happening for you in your sun sign area of life, or in or moon or rising or whatever, wherever your Taurus is. You can expect to have big changes and big shifts. Also, if you have Pisces placement, some of you could be dealing with a fellow Taurus, or a Pisces, sun, moon, rising, or Venus. That's going to be very significant in this part of your journey or in your life. High Priestess is also like an inner knowing. It's increased intuition. It's your spiritual gifts and abilities, tapping into your spiritual gifts and abilities, your confidence and inner knowing, going within for answers and guidance versus going outside of yourself and trying to get opinions or validation or reassurance. You're going with your inner knowing, and that is very, very powerful. Okay. But you may really be feeling those Taurus effects here. We have the moon. You may really be feeling that full moon in Taurus and that eclipse. And for some of you, it's coming in with intuition, increased creativity. It can manifest in different ways, you know, as you're connecting with this energy, as you're strengthening your spiritual gifts and abilities. I'm a Taurus moon, I'm not a Taurus sun, but I have noticed that since we're getting closer to this full moon energy, I've just been like filled with this energy all of a sudden. Just like to oh, let's see what's going on with Maxie. Sorry about that. Someone came by to help me with my fuse box. I had a fuse that went out, and it was a different kind of fuse box I've never seen before. I was like, I don't know how to fix this. Okay, so I was just saying about connecting with your intuition and connecting like with your spiritual gifts and abilities. And so it might be tapping in or showing up for some of you in different ways. And I was explaining to you that as a Taurus, I'm a Taurus moon. But like lately I've just been really, last couple of days, I've been really inspired to go through and like clear out stuff, things I'm gonna give away, things that I'm not using anymore, clearing away clutter, like redecorating with things I already have. You know, I'm not like going out and like, buying stuff to decorate, but like, oh, this would look nice here, this would look nice there. Like I'm getting these little boosts of creativity and setting up my place. And so these are some of the things that kind of start happening as we're grounding, as we're tapping into our spirituality, our gifts. You may be feeling moved to clear stuff. You may be like feeling like giving yourself a spring cleaning even though it's not spring. You may be getting more into creative endeavors or having boosts of creativity. But I feel like you're really connecting with your inner knowing with this High Priestess card and increased intuition. So as you're moving along here, Taurus, I feel like there's a lot of awakening, a lot of epiphanies, a lot of realizations, a lot of accomplishments, a lot of coming into power. I feel like a lot of you are going to basically be accomplishing something that you thought was impossible. And tapping into your intuition and your inner guidance is going to be a big part in getting this done. You might want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign. Some weeks those might resonate more than your sun sign. There's a list in the description, so you'll be able to find the other weekly forecasts very easily. Love readings for November are also linked in the description. If you'd like to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description. That will take you to calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. And if you don't know, I am donating a portion of the private reading income that comes in to buy Toys for Tots. I did share the first batch of toys I bought in the November 5th card reading, but I will take pictures and I will post them in the community tab as well, so you can follow along there and see what's being donated to Toys for Tots with your help. I thank you all for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous, fabulous week ahead. Take care and be well, my darlings. Bye.